All right, let's start with a little story that might sound familiar. Remember when your bank first started offering online banking? I bet some of you thought, there's no way I'm putting my account number on the internet. And don't get me started on the first time someone asked you to enter your credit card information to buy something online. Well, guess what? You figured it out. You adapted. And now you're probably checking your bank balance on your phone while standing in line at the grocery store. Cryptocurrency regulation is following the exact same pattern. Just like email went from dangerous to essential, crypto regulation has evolved from chaos to, well, something that actually makes sense. And here's the thing. Your natural skepticism back then? That was smart. And it's smart now too. But just like with online banking, the world moved forward, and now it's time to understand what actually happened. So buckle up, because we're about to take a journey through the most dramatic regulatory transformation since someone decided the internet needed rules. For over a decade, cryptocurrency was like the internet in 1995, full of promise, absolutely no rules, and frankly kind of scary if you were a sensible person. Remember Mount Gox? That was the exchange that lost 850,000 bitcoins, just poof, gone. Like a bank vault that someone forgot to lock. And the headlines, Bitcoin is dead. I counted over 400 obituaries written for Bitcoin during this period. Every time it dropped 20%, someone declared it finished. Government officials looked at cryptocurrency the way your parents looked at rock and roll, with deep suspicion and absolutely no understanding. But here's what I want you to remember from this period. Your skepticism was completely justified. The Wild West needed sheriffs, and there weren't any. If you stayed away during this time, you made the smart choice. The people calling you late to the party or missing out, well, many of them lost their shirts. This wasn't FOMO or fear of missing out. You were experiencing, it was good sense. And that same good sense is going to serve you well in understanding what happened next. Now here's where things get interesting. You know how you can tell when something is becoming legitimate? When the same people who called it a scam start offering it to their clients. PayPal, the company that wouldn't let you buy cryptocurrency for years, suddenly announces they're offering Bitcoin to their users. Tesla puts Bitcoin on their balance sheet. Goldman Sachs starts a cryptocurrency trading desk. It's like watching the local bank president, who spent years saying motorcycles were death traps, suddenly opening a Harley-Davidson dealership. But the real moment, the moment that changed everything, was when BlackRock filed for a Bitcoin ETF. Now, if you don't know BlackRock, they manage about $10 trillion. That's not a typo. Trillion with a T. When BlackRock wants something, governments listen. It's like having Warren Buffett knock on your door asking to borrow your lawnmower. You pay attention. Suddenly, cryptocurrency wasn't some weird internet money anymore. It was an asset class. January 10th, 2024. Mark that date because it's when everything changed. The SEC, that's the Securities and Exchange Commission, the folks who make sure Wall Street plays by the rules, approved not 1 but 11 Bitcoin ETFs all at once. Now let me put this in perspective for you. An ETF is like a mutual fund that you can buy in your regular brokerage account. Suddenly you could buy Bitcoin in your Schwab account, your Fidelity account, even in your IRA. No wallets, no exchanges, no learning about private keys. Just call your financial advisor and say, put some Bitcoin in my retirement account. The government essentially said, yes, this is legitimate enough for grandma's pension fund. That's not just permission, that's validation. And the numbers? Bitcoin hit $108,000 by December 2024. That's a 150% increase in 1 year. But here's what's even more impressive. By September 2025, those Bitcoin ETFs were managing between $150 to $170 billion in assets. That's more money than many small countries' entire economies. For those of you who spent a decade saying, I'll wait until it's regulated, well, congratulations. Your patience paid off. Now, here's where things get really interesting for practical people like us. On July 18, 2025, President Trump signed the Genius Act into law. And yes, that's really what they called it. This wasn't just a proposal anymore. It became the actual law of the land for digital dollars in America. What's a stablecoin? Think of it as digital dollars that stay, well, stable. Unlike Bitcoin, which can swing 10% in a day, stablecoins are designed to always be worth about $1. They're like the cryptocurrency equivalent of traveler's checks. Boring, predictable, and useful. The Genius Act essentially said, if you want to issue digital dollars, here are the rules. You need to back every digital dollar with an actual dollar. You need regular audits. You need to follow banking rules. You need consumer protections. In other words, the government said, we'll treat these like real money, but with proper safeguards. It's like they took the Wild West and installed streetlights, police, and building codes. This might not sound exciting, but it's revolutionary. It means you can now hold digital dollars with the same confidence you have in regular dollars. For international transfers, for online payments, for any situation where you want the convenience of digital money without the roller coaster ride of Bitcoin prices. Here's what's really fascinating. This isn't just an American story. Countries around the world looked at what happened in 2024 and thought, we better catch up fast. Europe's MiCA regulation, that's markets in crypto assets, became fully effective in January 2025. That's not coming soon anymore. That's happening right now. The entire European Union now has comprehensive rules for cryptocurrency that are actually working. Even countries that banned cryptocurrency are now creating their own central bank digital currencies. It's like watching the space race all over again, except instead of competing to get to the moon, countries are competing to have the best digital currency framework. And here's the ironic part. Even China, which banned Bitcoin trading and mining, is rolling out their own digital yuan. They kicked private cryptocurrency out the front door and brought government cryptocurrency in through the back door. What does this mean for you? It means this technology isn't going away. When governments compete to create the best rules for something, they're acknowledging it's the future. It's like when every state started competing to have the best internet infrastructure in the 1990s. They knew where the world was heading. So here's the bottom line. And this is the part that actually matters to your daily life. We're now living in the post-regulation era of cryptocurrency. The Wild West days are officially over. We've got proper oversight, we've got clear rules, and we've got the same types of institutions that safeguard traditional banking, now managing cryptocurrency investments worth hundreds of billions globally. Your bank can now offer cryptocurrency services. Your financial advisor, whether that's at a local bank, investment firm, or financial planning service, can now include cryptocurrency in their recommendations. Major financial institutions worldwide are building products that make cryptocurrency as straightforward to use as online banking or digital payment apps. The new regulatory frameworks mean digital currencies now have similar legal protections and oversight as traditional investments. But, and this is important, safer doesn't mean safe. More regulated doesn't mean risk-free. This is still a volatile, evolving technology. The same rules apply that we've talked about throughout this guide. Never invest more than you can afford to lose completely. Start small, focus on learning, rather than getting rich quick. But if you've been sitting on the sidelines thinking, maybe someday when this gets figured out, well, it has been figured out. The question isn't whether cryptocurrency is legitimate anymore. The question is whether it fits into your financial life. And you know what? You're smart enough to figure that out. You figured out online banking. You figured out smartphones. You can figure out this too, if you want to. The difference is, now you've got governments around the world making sure the rules make sense. Welcome to the regulated future of digital money. It's here, it's now, it's time. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with something important. If our discussion about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency has sparked your curiosity, and I hope it has, then you're probably wondering, Walter, where do I go from here? Well, I've got two suggestions for you, and neither one involves jumping into some get-rich-quick scheme or following the advice of someone on TikTok who looks like they're barely old enough to vote. First, if you want to stay current with what's happening in the cryptocurrency world, and trust me, things change fast in this space. I write a weekly blog at over50crypto.com. That's over50crypto.com. Every week, I break down the latest developments in plain English. No hype, no promises of Lamborghinis. Just honest analysis from someone who's seen enough market cycles to know what actually matters. But if you really want to master this subject, and I mean truly understand it from the ground up, then I've written the complete guide. It's called Bitcoin and Beyond, a guide for people who remember when phones had cords, and you can find it on Amazon. Link in the description below. Now, why did I write this book? Because most cryptocurrency content out there is written by 20-somethings for 20-somethings. It's full of jargon, assumptions, and frankly, a lot of breathless excitement that doesn't help you make sound financial decisions. My book is different. It's written specifically for experienced adults who want real knowledge, not get-rich-quick fantasies. In it, you'll find everything we talked about today and much more. Step-by-step wallet setup, how to make your first purchase safely, tax implications explained in simple terms, and advanced strategies for integrating cryptocurrency into your existing portfolio, if that's what you decide to do. Remember, whether you decide cryptocurrency is right for you or not, making that decision with real knowledge is always better than guessing. So visit over50crypto.com for ongoing education, or grab the book on Amazon for the complete deep dive. Either way, thank you for your time today. And remember, the best investment you can make is in your own understanding.